Tonight on CTV News, the women's basketball team is bumped out of the Mountain West tournament after a loss to the Boise State Broncos.
Plus, we let you know why the power went out in some buildings on campus today.
All this plus weather, entertainment, and more starting now.
Good evening and thanks for tuning into CTV News. I'm Emily Biffinger.
And I'm Grace Reeder. We are alongside sports anchor Alexandria Clow. Alex, we hear the Mountain West tournament didn't go as planned for the women's basketball team.
You know what, it didn't. It was pretty sad. I've been following them this whole season, and it was a tough loss to watch last night. But overall, CSU had three players that really stood out last night, and of course the two seniors, Ellen and Ellie. They both had double-doubles last night. And another player that has really been kind of standing out on CSU's side was Maya Ham. She had 14 points last night as well, but CSU just couldn't ultimately pull through last night.
Unfortunate.
Yep. The Colorado State women's basketball team ended their postseason last night in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mountain West Championship Tournament. The Rams fell 65-61 against the Boise State Broncos. Colorado State has played them twice in the regular season. They won one game and lost another. This was another game for the women's Rams team that came down to the final few minutes. Colorado State just wasn't able to hang on. Here are Ellen Gustafson's thoughts after the game.
I know after this season how much I really love basketball and how much I love playing with Ellen. And I don't know, my 4 years here at Colorado State has been so amazing. And I feel like I'm enjoying every little single thing here. I'm not going to say that I'm enjoying losing, but I love my team. I love playing with Ellen, and I'm just going to take all the positive energy, all my positive memories, happy memories and everything. And I don't know, keep loving basketball.
Even though Colorado State was not able to continue on in the tournament this week, they were still able to finish their regular season on a high note. The women's basketball team could not have finished their regular season on a better note. Shortly after their 64-51 win against the Nevada Wolfpack, the team celebrated their fourth consecutive regular season Mountain West title. The team celebrated by taking turns cutting down the basketball net. I caught up with one of the players to ask what she was feeling after that emotional win.
This was awesome tonight, especially with the confetti. Senior night is always overwhelming sometimes, so it's hard to focus on the game sometimes, but I think we really focused just on the game, and then we got to celebrate after. And so cutting down the net and just having everybody here and having the trophy and everything, so it's just really awesome.
The two senior Swedish superstars, Ellen and Ellie, have definitely left their mark here at Colorado State. They will always be remembered as the best women's basketball duo in school history. The two have been nationally recognized for their excellence on the court, and they have also had a combined total of 42 points against Utah this season. Alexandria Clow reporting for CTV Sports. This had to be an incredible feeling for every player on the team to have brought home the fourth consecutive regular season Mountain West title. Maybe the team can bring home a fifth title next year. I'll be back to talk about the men's basketball team, softball team, and more. But for now, Emily and Grace, back to you.
Thanks, Alex. We'll be back to her with more sports later. Last night, a home just west of Horsetooth was destroyed by a fire that spread to nearby brush and threatened houses in the area. By the time the Larimer County Sheriff's Office arrived on scene, the house was entirely engulfed by the fire, according to a Poudre Fire spokesperson. By 8 p.m., the fire had been contained. Poudre Fire Authority was still monitoring the fire this morning as a precaution.
National Women's Day was yesterday, and around the country, an alternative protest titled "A Day Without Women" brought thousands of women together. We took a look into the gathering that took place in the plaza yesterday.
March 28th is National Women's Day, and it's designed to reflect on progress made, to call for change, and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by ordinary women. Some women have decided to transform this day into a day of the National Day Without Women and peacefully go on strike.
As part of the Women's March on Washington, the contributors decided that they were going to do another day called A Day Without a Woman on International Women's Day. So they encourage women who are able to refrain from paid and unpaid work all day.
This is all an effort to see if their strike will make a difference in the lives of people around them so that others can notice what a day without women would actually look like.
Being a feminist doesn't emasculate you in any way. That's one thing that a lot of guys are very timid about, is feeling emasculated and feeling that their masculinity is being taken away because they support women or they support feminist ideals. And that's not it at all. Being a feminist means that I support everybody. I support everybody equally.
My goal for today is primarily to have meaningful conversation about what feminism is, the definition of feminism as equality.
I'm here to protect women's rights. I believe that I have a right to my own body just like every man does, and the government shouldn't have any say in what I do with it.
We had individuals come up today who were pretty confused, and they were like, well, you have the right to vote and you have all of these other rights. What are you looking for? Why aren't you working harder and doing it that way? And for me, that doesn't justify not doing anything.
I am here because women fought for the right to an abortion in the 70s and 60s, and it was finally given to them in 1973 with Roe versus Wade, or at least it was protected under Roe versus Wade, but now that right is under attack once again, and so I'm out here fighting for our 14th Amendment rights and for Roe v. Wade to be upheld.
The great thing about feminism is that you're not a bad woman if you're not a feminist.
For more information, please visit collegian.com.
Campus-wide power outages were a problem around campus today, cutting classes short and leaving us in a very dark studio. There were reported flickers and complete outages in the Clark buildings, the Laurie Student Center, the Behavioral Science Building, Yates, and 22 other buildings on campus. A spokesperson for Colorado State University told us that facilities management in the city of Fort Collins were testing the campus electrical system. After discovering problems with the system, the east side of campus lost power. CSU and the city plan to fix the problem at a time when students will not be on campus.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Hines.
And I'm Mania Cone.
We're currently in the dark in Clark C. Yeah, the power went out and all over the building, and this is like the only light that we found.
It's really dark and scary, and there's probably ghosts in here.
Probably.
Yep.
Those are clearly our entertainment anchors, but luckily the outages don't have anything to do with the weather. No snow blowing on power lines for us here in Fort Collins, thankfully.
Nope, which is great for those of you who are staying in Fort Collins over spring break. We're going to head over to our weather anchor, Elizabeth Prassey, now to give an idea of what spring break will look like. Liz?
Hey, Emily and Grace. Good news, no snow in the spring break forecast here in Fort Collins. As you can see with our live cam, we have a quiet evening here in Fort Collins. Do have a few Rams heading out from the library, studying for their midterms. And if my dress doesn't give it away with the seashells, I am definitely ready for spring break. If you're staying here in Fort Collins, again, no snow in the forecast, lots of sunshine for you so you can have fun in the sun. As you notice those temperatures nice and warm, nearly hitting 70 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, if you're going to be traveling like we do have a few Rams, Grace is headed to Las Vegas, going to be 80 degrees Saturday. Vale, Zach, it's going to be 42 degrees. We're going to see some snow showers on Saturday. Here in the fort, we're looking at 62 degrees and lots of sunshine for your Saturday. If you're heading abroad, 83 degrees in Cancun on Saturday. And Alex, I know you're heading to Florida, 81 degrees with a few clouds mixed into that Saturday forecast for you. I'll have your full Friday forecast coming up later on in the show. Grace, Emily, back to you.
Thanks, Liz. Yesterday, you may have seen a bunch of trash on the plaza. Why? CTV reporter Michelangelo Bustamante has the story.
You might have noticed people going through a large pile of trash yesterday in the plaza. It was stopping people on campus.
So today we're actually in the middle of Recycle Mania, which is super fun, and we're doing a dumpster dive, which just essentially means that first we sorted all of the recycling and we got all of the contaminants out of the recycling. So things like plastic bags can't get recycled at all. So we go through and we get all that, and right now we're on the trash portion. So we're taking all of the trash from the residence halls for one day, one like 24-hour session. And then we're sorting through all of it, which is pretty gross, but we're taking out all of the compost and the recycling that's in there and weighing out how much contaminants that we have in our trash.
Wait, you heard that, right?
One day. I think this is all just from one day from all the residence and dining, not the dining halls, residence halls. So it's definitely a lot, and what we have right now, that's probably only half of it. And this whole side over here was the recycling stream that we completely went through already. So, I mean, they were giant piles.
That's a lot of trash. Housing and Dining Services put on this event to sort through trash and see what could have been composted, recycled, or actually thrown away.
Basically what we're doing is we're taking all the recycling stream and all of the trash stream from all the residence halls. We are sorting through it. We want to find the statistics on how much could they do better.
You can do a lot to reduce your impact.
You'll be surprised what can be recycled, what can be composted, especially here at CSU, the dining centers, all of the to-go cutlery and the containers are actually compostable, which is really great. If you just take the time, kind of find out what can be recycled, what can be composted, and you'd be really surprised how much little trash that you're sending to the landfill.
For CTV 11 News, I'm Michelangelo Bustamante.
Recycle Mania is a 10-week competition between schools to see who can collect the most amount of recyclables per capita. The primary goal of this event is to raise awareness of waste minimization, according to facilities management.
CTV has been covering the sit-lie ban, which has been a hot topic of debate in Fort Collins. The latest update, last night the City Council voted to amend the proposal after a heated sit-in. According to our partners, the Collegian, most people who showed up for the sit-in that night were in opposition of the ban. Less than 10 people were for it, most of whom were Fort Collins business owners. The amendment will go before the council for the second time reading on March 21st.
When we get back, we'll head over to Liz for her full weather forecast.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Stay tuned.